You know what? When I think about it, men are a lot more submissive than women actually, because they just don't give a lot as much pushback. They accept our alternate realities. They go with us to Target. They go with us to Walmart. They go up and down every single aisle. Yeah, they might huff and puff, but they don't say anything. They try new recipes that they don't like necessarily. Sometimes they do. They dance on TikTok with us. They you know what I'm saying? They're just a little. They don't give as much pushback as we do. They take our new definitions. They go through our eras. They like our all these different hairstyles, and except they. I mean, when you think about it, but I don't know. I don't know why it's a trigger word, because it seems like it's a trigger word to the group of people who don't even do it.
Now, listen, this is a conversation that definitely needs to be had because I think that this is something that is not talked about enough. But before we get into it, because we got a lot to unpack, it's your favorite everything JR Wisdom. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos that have content like this. Let's run it up to 100,000. Quit playing with me. Listen, guys. Submissive, that's one of those taboo words, and we talk about, especially coming from the lips of a woman or coming from the lips of a man saying it to a woman and a woman interpreting it. That's basically equivalent to slavery at the end of the day. Now, she said some fun stuff, but it is true. Men are more submissive. I know a lot of you guys don't like when I use that term, that women, you have to both submit to each other in a relationship. So, what is the definition of submit? There's several definitions of submit, but I always say submit basically means to give in terms of relationships. Doesn't mean you have to, how you have someone submit in a duel or a battle, and it basically means just to give up and all this stuff like that, and one person is inferior to the other and all this stuff like that. Submit, in my definition, ultimately means to give. So I'm just going to read a few here, which we'll pop it up on the screen for sure. Which, let me go ahead and take that screenshot right now, so I can have that for later for you guys. So I'll put it up on the screen here. But accept or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person, right? Which we said that to superior force, right? We can use that one. Subject to a particular process, treatment, or condition. That's another definition. Present a proposal, application, or other document to a person or body for consideration or judgment, right? Which is also submit in terms of giving something. So that's what I'm sticking with, even though y'all can say, well, JR, you're trying to change the definition. It's the first one: accept or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person. Which, we get it. The man should be the authority in the household. I get it. But if you feel like you don't have to submit anyways, and what she's getting at in terms, it's things that we submit to as men to women in terms of some of the things that we don't even consciously think of. A lot of you guys don't want to go to church. You go to church because she wants you to go. A lot of you guys don't want to shave, but she wants you to shave, so you do it. And real quick, let me not forget, a lot of you guys get vasectomies, and those vasectomies even go as far as your lady not even having her tubes tied. She makes you get a vasectomy. You guys buy minivans. You guys adhere and submit to her sexual requests, even if those requests are bringing in a third party, and that third party being another glizzy, another dude. Man, you guys just need to cut it out. You guys submit your finances and all of that as well. So let's just cut it out. You submit to her. She brought up this young lady here was talking about TikToks and going to stores and sitting back in Target, or you have to sit back and watch her shop. Instead of just being a dictator and be like, nah, bitch, you go by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You do that shit. No, I'm not helping washing the dishes. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not helping taking the kids anywhere. I'm not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? But back to what I was saying, we go into relationships to give. And if you only have one party that is giving, aka submitting, then you're gonna have a really, relationship that's not equal. You know what I mean? And I know we can get into the whole talking about what's equal and what's not equal, But really, if only one person is giving in a relationship, if only one person is submitting and the other person is like, I'm on my throne as a tyrant, the attraction isn't there the way it should. The love isn't there, unless that's some Stockholm stuff that you guys are talking about. But men, we do all types of stuff that women really don't have to do just to get into relationships or within the marriage. Women sometimes, some women are ready to give their all to the wrong guys a lot of times, but they will give their all. Guys, we'll give our all too. We'll give our time trying to impress a woman. Will you the whole Jodeci, singing, all this submissive simp music, as we like to call it. You'll die for your woman. You'll submit your life. You'll forfeit your life, just so your woman can live. You'll go out and brave a lot of you guys say that's not the same thing and things like that. If you're just one asshole husband and you're just like, I'm not doing nothing, her only duty in life, I'm not washing no dishes, I'm not cooking, I'm not doing anything. Her duty in life is just to suck this dick and basically cook, give me some kids, shut up, don't say anything. That's not the type of relationship that I want personally, and I'm a man. That's not the type of relationship I want with a woman. You know what I mean? That is some dictator shit. You know what I'm saying? And that is like almost some slavery shit. You know what I mean? It's about the dynamic of what you should have. You guys should both be like children when you're together. But when it's time for you to be a man, you should be a man. And that's with anything. Just, the joy of kids. Kids are so happy. Children are so happy. They're so forgiving. They don't hold grudges. They're always playing, laughing. They make up. They get mad at each other in a second, and they make up immediately. They don't hold grudges. They love each other. They're constantly hugging and embracing each other, and things like that. Just imagine being playful like that with your significant other. You guys are both giving each other. It's not when you're kids, one person, and that you would call that a bully, right? One person that may be just taking from the other person. You know what I mean? And just looking at like, I'm not contributing anything. I'm just showing up. That wouldn't be considered a good friend, would it be? You definitely wouldn't consider that. Those kids when you were growing up, that type of kid. That kid, you say that kid's an asshole. That kid's a bully. That kid doesn't know how to play fair. Doesn't know how to, interact with others and things like that. You know what I mean? So that's stuff that we have to look at, man. You want what you want in a woman, and when I say this, you want to have those similar qualities. If you want a loving woman, why aren't you loving? You know what I'm saying? You want a woman that listens, why don't you listen? And these aren't specific feminine or masculine qualities. This is just qualities of being a good person. You want somebody that's a great lover. Are you a great lover? You know what I'm saying? You want somebody that will, do these things, that will rub your back. Are you willing to do that? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. But the part of, back to what she's saying, a lot of guys and ladies need to realize this, because I got off on a tangent. I understand. A lot of guys, you guys are being submissive to your woman, or this woman that you're trying to get with, and sometimes she never reciprocates. And everything I said before, that goes, I kind of hinted at it goes both ways. But when a man there's no gratitude, and he's doing all these things and he's not being appreciated, fellas, sometimes you just have to move on in terms of that. But you have to look at it, whatever one of these definitions and however you take it, we walk away, we have these experiences, whether you think you're doing too much or you're doing too little, that's for you to determine at the end of the day. But you have to look at what your partner is doing for you. And what they would like to say is being submissive. If it's just giving you some pussy, then that's being submissive. Then, if that's cool with you, so be it. But men, majority of the time, in the grand scheme of things, these days, Unless you have a woman completely taking care of you, which, you know, you're on that hobosexual time. You know, you're giving more a lot of times. And women will say, well, I had his baby, I gave you 2 kids, I did this, that, and the third. Look at your relationship now and ask yourselves, where are you in that whole dynamic? Is this a unilateral situation or is this a bilateral situation? Just food for thought, guys. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly if you're looking for some advice. That's for the fellas, that's for the ladies as well. If you're looking to start your YouTube channel, looking to promote your business on my channel, hit me up. The link is below. Make sure you guys purchase all my books, t-shirts, and merch. It helps to support the channel. And listen, man, much blessings and abundance to you. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Stick around for the next video. This is wisdom. Next video will be popping up here shortly, and that's where I'm going to see you. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.